the foundation of self-confidence. Self-confidence is not something we are born with. This is a learned habit that develops over the course of many years of introspection, experience, and personal development with the individual. Not only are ideas and beliefs about ourselves and our capabilities molded by our history, but they are also quite different from the reality of what we are really capable of doing. The mind is the starting point for the road toward self-confidence. It is the place where our perceptions, expectations, and values connect to create the foundation upon which we construct our lives. The rule of becoming is considered to be one of the most essential ideas in the field of human development. The implication of this rule is that every individual is in a state of continuous development, developing in the direction of the concepts that are most prevalent in their awareness. To put it another way, you are always heading in the direction of the things that you think about the most. It is possible that feelings of uncertainty and uneasiness could become embedded in your behavior if you continue to focus on those sensations. On the other hand, if you concentrate on your capabilities, ambitions, and objectives, you will automatically develop into a more self-assured version of yourself. This concept has its origins in a different mental rule known as the law of concentration, which asserts that what you concentrate on expands. The ideas that take up the most space in your mind have the largest impact on your feelings, actions, and eventually, the reality that you experience. Regardless of whether or not you are conscious of it, your mind is always striving to bring into existence the things that you think about on a daily basis. How you think determines the world around you. Take into consideration this. Your body is in a condition of perpetual rejuvenation at this very now. At the cellular level, it is believed that you have a whole new body every 7 years. This is due to the fact that cells die and are replaced by new cells. For the same reason that your body develops as a result of the food and nutrients that you take in, your mind develops as a result of the ideas that you feed it. Your mind receives a certain kind of nourishment whenever you allow yourself to consider an idea, regardless of whether it is a pleasant or bad one. The accumulation of those ideas throughout time will ultimately form the person that you become. The principle of concentration emphasizes the significance of concentrating one's thoughts on attaining the goals that one has set for myself. Simply wishing for self-assurance or success is not enough. You must also make a conscious effort to direct your mental energy toward achieving those objectives on a frequent and regular basis. The more you think about characteristics such as bravery, assertiveness, and self-confidence, the more those characteristics will get ingrained in your personality and become a constant presence in your life. Only if you utilize your mind with intention and purpose will it be able to improve your life. Your mind is a powerful instrument that has the potential to change your life. According to Earl Nightingale, you become what you think about most of the time. Considering that it displays the creative energy that lies beneath our ideas, this phrase has an enormous amount of power. Whatever you think about on a daily basis will eventually get ingrained in your subconscious mind, and your subconscious mind will, in turn, have an effect on the behaviors, habits, and choices that you make. It is possible that you may unknowingly undermine your attempts to achieve success if you have a habit of thinking that you are worthless or incapable of doing anything. These ideas will materialize in your behaviors. If, on the other hand, you believe that you are capable and worthy, you will be more likely to make decisions that will lead to increased achievement and a sense of contentment. The reality is that you are the architect of your own life, regardless of whether or not you are aware of this fact. You have arrived at this point in time as a direct result of the ideas that you have allowed to take control of your mind over the course of the preceding few weeks, months, and years. Your mental condition has played a role in every choice you've made and every action you've performed throughout your life. To put this into perspective, if you want to make changes in your life and increase your level of self-confidence, the first thing you need to do is take charge of your ideas. creating a mindset that is fully confident. Developing unshakable self-confidence is not a one-time occurrence. Rather, it is a process that continues over time and calls for daily focus and dedication. The capacity to actively guide your thoughts toward the things you want rather than the things you fear is one of the most significant abilities you can learn. You may develop this ability by doing mental training. This involves mental discipline as well as the capacity to notice when your mind is moving toward negative ideas or self-doubt, and then to intentionally divert it to thoughts that are more powerful. The cultivation of a garden is analogous to this method. In the event that you do not tend to a garden, weeds will establish themselves and suffocate the plants that you like to develop. In the same manner, if you do not pay attention to your ideas, unfavorable patterns will come to dominate your life and restrict your development. In order to cultivate self-confidence, it is necessary to be rigorous in the process of removing ideas of fear, inadequacy, and failure from your mind while simultaneously cultivating concepts of success, courage, and self-worth. The idea that you are what you believe is not just a mental rule, but also a universal law that applies to the world. It is impossible to deny the existence of gravity in the physical world. Similarly, the rule of cause and effect is a force that acts in the domain of mind. There is a direct correlation between the quality of your ideas and the quality of your life. Your thoughts are the source of your reality. There are no exceptions to this rule. It applies to each and every person, regardless of the circumstances. It is for this reason that the most successful persons in any area are those who have mastered their thoughts. They are now able to direct their thoughts toward the things that they want rather than the things that they are afraid of. They are aware that concentrating on unfavorable possibilities only serves to raise the possibility that such consequences will really occur. Instead, they keep their thoughts focused on the objectives they have set for themselves, fully aware that their ideas will ultimately be reflected in the actions and outcomes they achieve. A person's outside life is shaped by their inner life. The realization that your own inner world is a mirror of your outside environment is one of the most significant realizations that can be gained via the process of personal growth. This is referred to as the rule of correspondence, and it claims that the conditions that you experience in the outside world are primarily affected by the state of mind that you have on the inside. It is common for there to be unresolved conflict inside you if you are experiencing turbulence, disagreement, or discontent in your outside life. This is because these things are frequently signs that there is conflict. Have you ever observed, for instance, that individuals who seem to be polite and pleasant on the outside often struggle with recurrent issues in their personal or professional lives? This is due to the fact that despite their external look, they can be holding negative thoughts or problems that exist inside themselves that have not been handled. Their struggles in the outside world are a mirror of how they are feeling on the inside. Every single person, including yourself, is subject to this concept. In order to make changes in your outer life, whether those changes include enhancing your relationships, making progress in your work, or obtaining more success, you must first make changes in your inner life. To begin, your ideas, beliefs, and attitudes are the foundation upon which you build your self-confidence, happiness, and success. When you bring your inner life into accordance with your deepest values and objectives, your outside life will automatically begin to mirror that alignment. When it comes to self-confidence, the role of integrity. Integrity is the fundamental principle that underpins the idea of self-confidence. Living a life that is in accordance with your beliefs and convictions, even when doing so is challenging or inconvenient, is what it is to have integrity. Being authentic involves being honest with who you are and behaving in a manner that is congruent with your most fundamental beliefs. Those individuals who possess unwavering self-confidence are those who are aware, on a fundamental level, that they are conducting their life in a manner that is congruent with their core beliefs. Having integrity in your daily life allows you to have a profound feeling of inner serenity and calmness, especially when confronted with challenging circumstances. The external manifestation of this inner serenity is a feeling of self-assurance and confidence and self-assurance. Regardless of the difficulties you encounter, you are certain that you are doing in a manner that is appropriate, and this understanding provides you with the necessary fortitude to endure. When you live your life with integrity, you must also be honest with yourself and with other people, that you do not pretend to be someone or something that you are not, or that you do not live a life that is not in accordance with your ethical principles. When you be an authentic version of yourself, you establish a foundation of trust and respect, not just with yourself, but also with other people, because it enables you to approach obstacles with the understanding that you are capable of managing them with grace and integrity. This trust is vital for establishing self-confidence because it enables you to face and overcome challenges. Bringing your values into focus. Clarifying your values is the first step in developing long-term self-confidence. Thus, it is necessary to go through this process. Your judgments and behaviors are governed by the principles that you hold dear, which are your values. The foundation upon which you construct your life is comprised of other things. When you do not have a set of values that are crystal clear, it is simple to get disoriented in the chaos and complexity of daily life and to make choices based on the pressures that come from the outside rather than your own internal compass. Spend some time thinking about the things that are most important to you. What do you believe in and why? Regardless of the circumstances, what are the ideals that you will not compromise on, regardless of the position you are in? The decisions that you make should be guided by your fundamental values, which are your guiding principles. Taking some time to reflect on the individuals you look up to the most is a useful activity that may help you define your ideals. Which of their characteristics do you like and aim to imitate? And why do you admire them? It is possible that these characteristics may help you get an understanding of your own values and assist you in determining what is most important to you. After you have determined what your fundamental principles are, the following step is to prioritize them in order of importance. You will find yourself in situations when you are required to make a decision between two ideals that are in direct opposition to one another. When you establish which of your values are the most significant to you, you establish a framework that enables you to make choices that are in accordance with your most fundamental ideals. As an example, a lot of individuals put their family, their health, and their work at the very top of their value hierarchy structure. They are directed by their priorities in instances when these values are in conflict with one another, such as when they must choose between staying late at work or spending time with their family. Because of this clarity, individuals are able to make choices with self-assurance, knowing that they are always acting in accordance with their core beliefs. Living a life of integrity is a powerful force. Integrity is not only a set of values, rather, it is the foundation upon which self-confidence is built. When you conduct your life in accordance with your principles, you develop a feeling of inner strength that is unshakable by the events that are occurring in the outside world. You have the bravery to tackle problems, to take chances, and to pursue your objectives with conviction, because you have this inner strength for yourself. Having integrity in your daily life also entails being consistent in the acts that you do. It is not sufficient to only state your beliefs. You must really behave in accordance with them in every facet of your life. Trust is built via this constancy, not just with oneself, but also with other people. People have a greater propensity to appreciate and support you when they are aware that you are trustworthy and that you consistently keep your word. Having the capacity to reject temptations in the near term in favor of rewards in the long run is one of the most critical parts of living an honest life. It is possible to be tempted to compromise your ideals in order to get quick advantages. Yet doing so often results in having regrets and a loss of respect for oneself. Developing a reputation for honesty and integrity that will serve you well in the long term is something that can be accomplished by being loyal to your ideals, even when doing so is challenging. Action's importance in the process of developing confidence. Thoughts and ideals are essential, but the most significant factor in determining one's level of self-confidence is action. According to the hypothesis known as the rule of reversibility, in the same way that ideas may lead to actions, actions can also lead to changes in emotions and thoughts. This indicates that even if you do not feel confident, you may still create confidence by behaving as if you are comfortable with yourself. When it comes to personal development, the act as if concept is a potent instrument. As you begin to act as if you already possess the traits that you seek, you will start to internalize those attributes. By way of illustration, if you want to be more confident in social circumstances, you should begin by appearing confident, even if you do not feel confident in such situations. The sentiments of self-assurance that you are looking for will be created by your activities over the course of time. This guiding idea is applicable to all aspects of life. In order to achieve your goals of being more forceful, bold, or disciplined, the most important thing you can do is begin to behave as if you already possess those characteristics. By engaging in these actions on a regular basis, you will eventually find that they become an integral part of your personality. The significance of putting up a fight. Resistance exercise helps build physical muscles, while resistance to negative ideas and actions helps build mental strength. Both types of training are effective in building mental strength. You are able to increase your mental resilience whenever you make the decision to behave in a manner that is congruent with your beliefs, particularly when confronted with difficult circumstances. It is also possible to apply this idea of resistance to the concept of self-confidence. When you are confronted with difficulties or failures, it is possible that you will have a natural desire to give in to dread or uncertainty. On the other hand, you may strengthen the mental muscles necessary to face future obstacles by choosing to act with confidence and fighting the negative ideas that are running through your head. You will increase your capacity for confidence with each time you overcome a fear or discomfort that you are experiencing. The accumulation of these seemingly little acts of bravery over time results in the formation of a profound feeling of self-assurance that is difficult to shake. Striking a balance within oneself. One step at a time, confidence is built up over time. Every time you confront a fear, act with integrity, or push through discomfort, you are building the foundation that lies inside you. Because of this inner strength, you are able to face the obstacles that life throws at you with poise and resiliency, secure in the knowledge that you are capable of overcoming whatever problems come your way. Self-confidence is built on a foundation of profound faith within oneself. The knowledge that you are living in accordance with your greatest beliefs and ideals is the source of this trust. When you behave in a way that is honest and disciplined, you develop a feeling of personal strength that enables you to face new problems with self-assurance and to pursue your objectives with a dogged drive.